Greetings and salutations, adventurers and Earthians. We are back with another mini-series. After some little discussion with my friends, I have decided we're going to make a new character. We're doing something a little silly. Now, doing a little bit of research, I have noticed that no one has played this class in a YouTube series yet, so we're going to be doing it. And I'm going to be showing off a race that I don't think most people have picked, as far as I can tell. And that's going to be an assassin, which is a scout. Uses agility, uses poisons, really good with backstabbing, deals tons of damage, especially late game. It's like one of the best DPS classes right now. Have some debate with Warlock and Conjurer. If you have the stats, you can be the best. But Assassin overall tends to be the reigning champion currently. And we're going to be playing a dwarf. Which is funny because they're supposed to be fighters and priests, but it's fine. I'm sure it'll be fine. We're going to go through the whole thing here of just kind of randomizing. Let me zoom in. Let's see. Oh, kind of gives Pennywise vibes. His eyes are staring into my soul. Let's make him angry. Let's give him like hazelish eyes. Close enough. Let's see, can randomize his ears, his cheeks, his chin, his lips, his nose, stratum. Diagnore's Tide. Yeah, that's kind of cool. The smithy? Sure. Let's find a good beard. It's a good smithy beard. The Orc. Nice. How about like a dirty blonde? Randomize skin. Always make them the tallest, and he is a young lad. Fresh off the boat. Or shore, or whatever. We're going to Kilithan. Gonna do Halls of Fate, and we're gonna make him Izariel. Perfect. Okay. So while it's loading and my screen is frozen, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share, or dislike, whatever. You've probably seen a couple of my other series by now. If this is the first one, welcome. I'm doing a full playthrough of the game, and I'm kind of currently doing, I guess you could say, side quests. I'm trying to show off most, if not all, of the game, which has been very fun. Yeah, it's pretty sweet. I'm kind of showing off all the star zones because there's no real need for my main questline or series right now, but playthrough, walkthrough, whatever you want to call it, with Kinos, because he's already, I think, level 30. Oh, that must have been Blizzard. Ignore that. And it doesn't make sense to kind of like mentor down and sort of do it again. I guess this is the best way I can think of it. So, let me set up my hotbars. So the scout and the assassin is all about, we're just dealing with all this. He's kind of super big on being stealthy. So this is supposed to hide you from creatures so they can't see. I'm going to get rid of this window. A nice thing they have is tracking, so I can physically look for things, which is really, really nice. Some races and factions have it. Not factions, sorry. Some races have it, but it's generally a scout thing. and it's gonna be awesome. So the whole point is I'm gonna do every single quest. I'm gonna try and show off every single piece of the zone. If you see my map, you can see there's a bunch of little icons and things here. This is from EQ2 Maps. My HUD may look different than yours because I am using Dark UI. There will be a link in the description for Dark. Dark has EQ2 Maps included, so you don't have to go hunting for it, but it's a super easy search. And then I will have a rough guide or timeline link for this. I generally know what I'm doing, so I don't have to worry about knowing where to go, because I'm just going to kind of rotate between all of the areas within each starter zone. I just finished up Nariak, and it's actually rendering as we speak. I'm kind of on a roll right now, so I'm kind of just trying to continue that momentum. So I am, after having probably an hour discussion, I settled on this. The name I kind of already had predetermined. I had one of my friends flip a coin, pick a number 1 through 2, and it was either going to be Frostfang C, which has New Hallis, or it was going to be Kelathan, which is Greater Faydark. And he picked Greater Faydark, unbeknownst. And then I said that I'm looking for a scout or priest. He picked scout. I scoured YouTube, and everyone kind of is playing a necromancer and a shadow knight. I saw one guy playing illusionist, which was really cool. So I have a monk now for YouTube series. I have an assassin now, and I have a warlock. So the next series that we're going to be doing, which will probably be evil again, doing Tomorrow's Deep, is going to be a priest of some sort. I kind of want to show off all the characters, kind of show off the beginnings and the workings. I think the scout I will personally enjoy more, but I'm hoping that everyone else will enjoy as well, mainly because I can cast while moving, and that's very important to me. There are going to be times where I'm locking my experience, so I can level lock, so I'm not leveling too quickly. I may get a mercenary. I may use a mount. I may use a familiar if I'm feeling a little zesty. And I'll explain these things as we go, but I'm just kind of giving the overall thing. And again, the whole mission and point of this is to kind of make a timepiece and show off the game. Because you never know when the server is going to close. You never know when the game's going to shut down. And the next expansion is going to be coming out in the next 2 to 3 months, maybe 4 months. And I want to do all that before the new GU comes out Tuesday, which is right around the corner. At the time of this recording, Rowan Thier GU update will be coming out. So I'm going to be doing a lot of live stuff. I just started a new job, which will be a little interesting with raiding because I have to be up at 4 in the morning and raid isn't until 11:30 if I'm lucky. So we'll see. But enough ranting, enough monologuing. Let's get into this. So we're going to start with running over here. I think the sound might be a little, so I'm just going to turn it up just a little bit so we can kind of hear the music. There is some voice acting. I'm going to try and remember to click slowly because the current bane of this game is I am very fast. I click quickly, and that means funnily enough, that means that I kind of skimming through these quests really quickly. So we got the banker here, we got the mender, and this person tells you how it all works. We have the merchant, so if I get stuff that I need to sell, if I have tons of money. I don't think I'm gonna have okay. Yeah, I know this is a little bit of a mess. I'm gonna take that no, that doesn't make sense to take the dimensional quiver. I'm gonna take this bear hide. Shout out to Helhasa, the really awesome dude who will randomly log in and offer people on Halls of Fate 10,000 platinum, and he will offer it to new people. Obviously, if you make an alt or whatever, you can do it too. And I did leave myself a bag. Perfect. You can even see he's made by... Oh, I thought it was made by him. But shout out to him. And this will help me with not having to go to the merchant as much. Almost all this stuff you're not going to need to worry about. That's not going to be stuff I touch if ever, or in the near future. For these series, I'm just taking 1,000 platinum just for convenience. I do have XP boosters. So Renewal of Row, Visions of Petrovia, Ballads of Zamara, which is the current expansion at the making of this recording. Let's kill some Shrumbler hatchlings. So I have increased stats. I'm playing on live. During Chains of Eternity, I believe, no, Tears of Ashan, which is an expansion from like 2010, 2011, 2012, somewhere around that era. They were doing this thing where, go into Deity, these right here, you would have to work hard. So I have 500 stamina and I have an automatic increase of max health. This used to be potency, because it says divine potency, but now it gives you fervor and fervor overcap and crit bonus. So this is on every character on live. There are things I can purchase to get rid of these, or I can turn them off manually. I'm playing on live because it's super easy to solo, and I find it very difficult to be very inclusive, very fast paced, and not kind of dying a lot. If I was playing on like Origins or TLE, which is a time-locked event server, because I want it to be fast-paced. I don't want this to get boring. I want to be able to clear all the content. The big thing I'm thinking about is, depending on you guys, leaving your comments, is if I should do this without commentary. I should just turn the volume all the way up, and I should just do this without even talking. I feel like the commentary is kind of nice. I personally wanted to keep it, but, this is just for me to remember the game, and I can look back and be like, oh, I remember going through Greater... Oh my gosh, this is way louder than I thought it was going to be. Jeez. Stop it. I know I just got experience. Thank you. Now, to be clear, because I am overtuned, my experience in the series is going to be different than someone who just starts out or someone who's returning. So just do keep that in mind, that what you see what I'm doing, the damage I'm putting out, at some point you're going to see me doing like crazy pulls, like just pulling tons of creatures. That is because I am confident that I can do it. I will live, and there will not be big issues, because I have, well, at level 1, 3,000 health. It's a lot of health for a level 1. I may be going through the levels faster than normal. There's this function called /claim. And you can see all of the things from previous packs and expansions that I've purchased. I'm going to grab this for level 10. Obviously, if you guys don't want me to do that, I won't. But it's basically the mount that I can use at level 10. Here I can get extra experience and get extra stats. There's a familiar here, which is really good at a high level, but otherwise it just gives me like the really base things, and I can show how all this works as well. So if we go into mounts, I can equip this, but I can't use it till level 10. It obviously says that, and it'll tell me, sucks to suck. And then I have the familiar. So if I consume this, I have a little pet now. So this says it's supposed to give me 67 agility. So if I cast it, theoretically, yep, okay, it gave it to me. See? So I'm just a little bit more tuned. I have a silly little guy. I can rename him to Silly Little Guy. Now I have a silly little guy. I can also, and I can hide him. So if I don't want to see silly little guy, he's gone. Now I have a familiar. All of these, some of them are pay to win, some of them are just you can get naturally. If I summon him, I now get an increase to my stats. As you can see, my stats are better. So now I have 4,000 health at level 2 because of the familiar. And I have a 10% chance on a spell to have it deal an extra 10 to 17 piercing damage. Combat mitigation is basically, mitigation is a stat that prevents damage. So I will absorb 47.5% of damage from a level 2. Which honestly isn't that much for me. For people who are the same level threshold, that might. And then I can do the same thing I did with the silly little guy. I can hide him, and boom. Out of sight, out of mind. And obviously, classic MMO style, gathering, the totally not the bane of any fun and exciting. So with scouts, you have sneaking abilities. So in order for me to use this, I have to be in stealth. So it's grayed out. Now it's not grayed out because I was in stealth. It deals damage. If you're in combat and you go into stealth, you will 100 absolute percent lose your ability to be in stealth if you take damage. Anytime you take damage, you are immediately out of stealth. There's unless you can block it, it'll be fine. Otherwise, you're SOL. Sentry Talvi. I'm here to help. That's terrible. What can I do? Okay. And so now I need to kill these wasps. So what we're going to do is we're going to go in stealth. I'm going to walk up to you. And I'm going to stab you. And that does a lot of damage. Scouts have range abilities. Normally use a bow. You can use other things, but you can use bow. Now again, results may vary. I'm doing a lot of damage because I have a ton of... Right, boots. They're better, but they're not? Again, everyone's results will vary. If I put myself in like Mastercrafted, which is really good gear for level 2, then I would be doing even better. But obviously, you know, I'm trying to be authentic. But not, if that makes sense. As I said, we're probably going to be leveling pretty quickly. Normally this starts pretty quickly, and as we're going, I'm swapping out my gear. I just got a new backpack. Okay. So purple items are, or purple spells, are group or raid. So if I cast this pathfinding, I now get 16% movement. So I'm at 0, no, or I was at 5, so now I'm at 21. I move a little bit faster. And if I had a mount, I'd move even faster, obviously. Yellow jacket, nice. Okay, so we need to recover the Fey Spirit Blossoms or something. Well, we're going to follow Yellow Jacket. Also, crazy models. We're just going to ambush and do some damage. I have a stun now, so if I walk away, she's stunned for X amount of seconds. And now she's dead. I believe this over here would be it. Yes, okay. So I can probably just sneak around here. I could also just go in stealth, but... of course. Okay, it's fine. I also have an auto attack. So if you scroll down here, I have an auto attack. So roughly every 5.3 seconds, or if I was using my range, 4.5 seconds, I'm dealing with both weapons 4 to 11 damage, because I'm dual wielding. Scouts always dual wield. You can use like a buckler or a shield, but almost everyone, and literally almost everyone, the young with the Fae will become a Feast for our Queen. Almost everyone uses dual wielding. It's just the way to go. If you're a tank or a mage, you have the opportunity to use either two-handed or one-handed in secondary. Kind of depends, but gets the same effect. Oh, why is there smoke everywhere? It's like someone just uncork. Cork the vial of Tunair's breath. Phew. Hopefully it's not stanky. So we're going to get near the hive. We're going to release the smoke. Oh. And they're all going to run away. I don't know if our yellow jacket drops anything, but I'm going to just try and kill her again. Use deadly shot. Use my quick strike. Move that over so you can see what's going on. Oh. More random gear. The mitigation's better, but it doesn't have stats. Also, the starting assassin gear looks really cool. So, the race you pick is very important sometimes. Again, dwarves were not kind of built to be scouts. It literally says that they're really good for priests and tanks. But sometimes you gotta be a little fun with it, you know? Gotta be a little silly. So that's why we're a dwarf assassin. We're a sentry trillis now because we don't want the Grobbins. I'll be stealthy. Got to sell. How do we do that? How do I get up the tree? Super easy. I'm gonna run directly at it, and I'm gonna look like a little frog climbing up. That's right. Look at me go. Don't question how I can, actually hold on to it. Another thing that scouts have, and some races have this trait as well, is safe fall. So if I fall down, I took damage, and I got better at safe fall. The better you get at safe fall, the less damage you take when you jump down. It's actually really handy, to be honest with you. But here's some Grobbins. I don't know why they're not called goblins, but they're called Grobbins. They speak Gobblish. I do not, so I cannot understand what they're saying. So they have little hieroglyphics. It's just a funny little way. They also sound like gibberish when they speak. You can't really hear it, probably over me and the music and everything. So here we have Mask Strike, and Mask Strike is an ability I can use. So if I was to, I can show you exactly how it would work. In a second. I have cooldowns, so we have to wait for a second. But what you would do is you would cheap shot to stun them, Mask Strike to go invisible, and then you would use your ambush. And that's kind of like as you get closer to, learning your class and how things work, that's sort of when you kind of try to figure out a good way to solo. Assassins aren't bad for soloing, but if you don't have the stats like I do, you're very squishy, to be quite honest with you. It's a lot harder to solo. Again, I'm not going for the classic feel, I'm just trying to show off the game that I grew up with and I enjoy playing and love. Pretty simple. Gotta kill some Groblin polluters. We're gonna start off with backstab, get some gushing wound, strike consistency. Fantastic. We're gonna start with our deadly shot. We're going to stun, backstab, and just dies from that much damage. We can move on to the next guy and backstab him. So again, my stats are higher, so it's a little easier for me to kind of just go from fight to fight. I'm level 5 with 4,000 health. You're normally supposed to have 100 at level 5, if you're lucky. I'm just gonna get rid of general chat. So we can do combat actually, so you're not just staring at a giant black screen. Look at this little guy. He's a cute little shrubler. Look at him, cute little guy. So again, I'm trying to remember to click slow so that you guys can read if you want to, because this game's kind of got some really good. The mushroom bender, honey kombucha tea, yo. This game's got a lot of cool little things and lore, and some of it has voice acting, some of it doesn't. But I think I'll have to see how the layout and the feel of the series, but I feel like this one. So if I open this, so we have Greater Faydark, which is 1 through 20. Butcher Block is 20 through 35, and then Steam Font, which is 35 to 45. It's not. So with this series, this may become the second good series because I can work my way through Greater Faydark to Butcher Block to Steam Font, and that's the Echoes of Faydwer path of leveling up. And then I believe you would go into Everfrost, or you'd probably go into Everfrost after that because it's 40 to 50. And then Sinking Sands, everyone meets in Sinking Sands, 50 to 60, and then everyone goes to Barren Sky, and then you would come back for Loping Plains. So we'll have to get a feel, figure out what's going on, where we want to go. Because my Kinos version is going to go from, after we finish the Learning Steps, we're going to go to Enchanted Lands. That's where we're going to go. And then Enchanted Lands leads into either Everfrost or Zek. I would say most places you go to Zek, then Everfrost. It's Enchanted Lands. No, Zek is for evil. you go to Fear and then Everfrost, as you can see by the kind of levels here. It's kind of subjective. Obviously, again, I'm going to have a link to a timeline for solo content, and you can see the timelines. But depending on how we feel, how you guys feel, how I feel, I think to show off more of this game, I'm going to, or show up this area, I'm going to move into Butcher Block and then Steam Font. And then that'll be the series. So we're going to be with the Assassin for a while. Now, obviously, it's kind of interesting because I would say more people like the evil side, and they I think arguably you'll find more people say they like the layout of Freeport and they like Freeport more than Kinos. So people like being evil, but Tomorrow's Deep is 1 through 20. They all kind of lead to Nectalos Forest. Like, there's no Butcher Block, there's no Steam Font for the evil side. Like, we could go there, because there might be different storylines or whatever, but I think they kind of follow the same general thing. Whereas Good has the two different, they have Antonica, Thundering Steppes, Enchanted Lands, etc. And then Greater Faydark, Butcher Block, Steam Font. So we'll see, because I just finished up Darklight Wood, as I said, and it's a rendering as we speak, and it's coming out the next couple of days. And then this on top of that will be following it. But basically, Darklight Wood goes into Nyctalos. Freeport goes, or the Overlord's Outpost goes into the Commonlands, goes into Nyctalos, goes into Zek. Nyctalos 30 to Zek 30 to 40. Fierat, Lava Storm. I consider Lava Storm the evil version, because I think Everfrost is the good version, Lava Storm is the evil version. And then it goes into Sinking Sands, Isle of Mara, etc., etc. And I'm going off of memory here as well, so don't take it for 100%, because I'm obviously going to be following the timeline as we get more and more progress into the story and everything. If you also were wondering over here why I didn't get that, it's for trade skilling. It's not really that big of a deal for me. And I know there's a big shark in the water over there. Yeah, 17 triple up heroic. Just trying to bully the low levels. Yeah, see, they don't like me, so they just keep insulting me in Gobblish. And I can't. I don't understand them. So in this game, you have languages, lore, and legends. Languages are things where you kill creatures, or you open up books, or whatever, and you learn to speak the language. And then you have, that's a big hawk, Jesus, dear Lord. And then you have Captain Steelforge, hello. And you have lore and legends. So certain races, or monsters, NPCs, whatever you want to call them, have lore and legends. Goblins are one of them. And yeah, find a way up to the goblins. Okay, I'll go over here and do this first. So if I kill enough goblins, whatever, they all have the same archetype or like look to them. They're kind of, those had the aquatic goblin models. They drop pieces, which I can actually show you on the broker. Oh, I can't because I'm climbing. Hang on 1 second. Defeat goblin lookouts. Oh, I almost fell. So, since I'm a subscriber, I can open up the broker, and if I type in goblin, Goblin Tooth, yeah. So this will give me lore and legend, and it's an item that can be studied to learn more about the nature of goblins. If you get enough pieces and you defeat them and everything, you will get a spell. It's like Sinister Strike or something, or Master Strike. And it basically is signifying that you have learned enough to where you can hit them with a special attack that's designed for anything where you've completed the lore and legend. It's like a reward, basically, for going through the effort of learning your enemy. So Goblin Territory, oh, perfect. See? So this drops. If I can get 7 more to drop, I can speak like a goblin. And so now, instead of them making little noises, like a roop, or saying those silly little... Wait, how come I should be able to speak it. I don't know why I'm able to, quote unquote, wait, what? Weird. Ow. another thing we have is disarm traps. Chests are trapped in this game, and it's really good to have a scout because they learn to disarm traps. If you do that enough, you disarm a trap. Ow, I'm gonna die from being reckless. Oh my goodness. Okay, so this is gonna get messy quick. I have a hill strike. I think this is an interrupt. Yes, and it stuns target. So now I have two different stuns. Obviously, they are. So this will last 4 seconds. So it's a 4-second stun, and this is a 2.5-second stun. So in that time, I have 4 seconds or 2.5 seconds, or 6.5 if I'm able to, you know, layer them correctly. Time frame to kind of do the damage I need to defeat the mob. There's spell tiers, so everything starts at Apprentice, and anything above it just increases the damage and the buff. So before that was probably doing, I think it's like 16 to 20 or whatever when we first got that spell. Now it's doing 43 to 72 because it's Adept. It goes Apprentice, Journeyman, Adept, Expert, Master, Grandmaster, Ancient, Celestial. Celestial is the hardest to get, but it's the best. You'll get new versions of spells as you level up. So like right now I have Quick Strike. There's a Quick Strike 2, Quick Strike 3, Quick Strike, insert however high the numbers go. If the spell tier is high enough, it can be better than your new version of the spell, but there's a chance for the enemy creatures to resist. So if I was level 130, fighting level 130s, and I try to cast a level 1 spell, it can deal damage. It may not deal that much, right? Like it may not be the big damage hitter I'm hoping, and it will not. And they have a higher chance of resisting because it's a low level and their stats are like, you know, all of our stats are in the ridiculous like heights of numbers. Now, granted, I also have to kill these guys, but normally what I could do is I could just sneak past all of them. I have to defeat them because the quest asks for it, but again, since I'm a scout, I can just sneak, and if they can't see invisibility, then you can walk right past them. Like, they don't even know you exist. So we can Master Strike. So see, look, they went from having red to now their names are just a normal highlighted blue. And that's because they can't see invisible. Since they can't see invisible, they won't attack me. But see, I just broke stealth, and now I just pulled an ad. I don't even need him anymore, but I have to beat him because he decided to hate me. I could run away and leash him, as we call it in the world of MMOs, but he picked a fight. Now, something I just realized I never explained in my Darklight Wood series are this lovely thing called heroic opportunities. So when you begin a heroic opportunity, like so, you come up with this little thing, and you have a blue, this is basically supposed to be a taunt, a stealth, and a healer. If I press this, I now have a time window. If I finish this, you know, if that happens, and it generally deals more damage. I got a trinket, cool. I'm almost about to level, so I need to be careful here, because if I level too quickly, then things are going to be... This is level 5? Okay, then we're still kind of on pace. I think it's dead end. Okay, so we can go back in stealth and we can run out. I don't want to level up too quickly, but heroic opportunities are, depending on the content, heroic opportunities are actually really good. Some mechanics and triggers or strats require you to do heroic opportunities, and you may need it from a scout, a priest, a tank, a mage, and sometimes, depending on who starts the heroic opportunity, the higher tiers deal, you know, they can heal you, they can, you know, give you defenses, they can taunt, they can deal damage, etc. Also, you can see the invisibility. That's great. And look at that, we're already level 7. Now, I think the assassin gets the coolest. The assassin and ranger get the coolest starter gear. because, I mean, look at me. I'm already pimping out. I got a debuff. I think this is Caltrops, right? Yes. So it slows the target, and it has a chance to dispel. When Tiger sees hostile action, when it takes damage. Yep. So it just increases against noxious, because we're an assassin. We deal poison. It's kind of our little shtick. Most scouts, if not all scouts, do poison damage. I'm pretty sure all scouts, maybe Beast Lords don't, but most, if not all of them, do. It's just another little.
Child of the heavens, I am Morganellus.
Hello, Morganellus. I'm noticing that you only had your voice line in the start. If this little glow effect means I have a torch of some sort. It's kind of like their way of like, so you're not in just like pitch black darkness when you're running around. Yeah, and there's little cave systems here that I can go in and like run around and do stuff. But the friend I need to speak to is over here. Pretty sure there's supposed to be a tall mushroom I talked to on the way, but I think that's fine. Actually, no, I'm supposed to go in the cave, I'm pretty sure. So if you click on, if you have EQ2 maps or if you have tracking, so here, so ready. So this says that I need to, so first we sort by name. So I need to speak to him. So this will give me a wisp, as we call it. It's a nice little trail you follow, and this is how tracking works. Pretty sweet. And so now, here we go. So we're in a giant little cavern, and here's the guy we meet.
To Agaragos.
Agaragos. I need to capture. Oh, there's another guy over here. Hello.
Bumpum welcomes you to Germicoria. You are free to stay so long as the Grobbins allow it.
Apparently we're getting very violent. Oh. Ah, he saw me. Damn. That's fine. We'll beat him up. Easy. Okay, perfect. So now we have Lore and Legend. So you need to, when it says I need to find these first three, those are just from killing. You just get them as automatic quest updates. You don't need to study anything. The ones where you see you need to find and study, that's something you loot. So right now I'm in my inventory, I have a Goblin Claw. If I double click it, I begin to study it. Now it updates. And if you click on your quest journal, you can see there's a little check mark here, and that's saying, hey, you did it. You don't need it anymore. I gotta be more... Sorry, I'm used to playing my Warlock, and I have an AoE that does decent damage, but also... So see, look. Excuse me. I just found a Goblin Heart from just killing it. Didn't have to do anything. So we're gonna go invisible, and we're just gonna start bullying these guys. Because they're... So, the thing that sucks with scouts is if you don't have good AoE, it's very hard for you to go into stealth because you can stun one of them, but you don't really have like a group stun, and that makes it very hard. I think I just got a better weapon. No, it's even worse. Yes. So it makes it a lot harder for you to go into stealth and do your backstabs and stuff. It just makes it way harder. So pulling big groups can be good if you're trying to kill contact quickly, but if you, like an assassin, you are very much a single target kind of class. Like, as you can see, I have a huge array of single target red spells. It's because I'm kind of meant to, you know, do the single target burst damage. That doesn't mean I can't do AoE damage. It's just right now, as my class and my level is, I'm suffering from not being cool enough. Not enough success. Stealth you can cast in combat. So if you can get it off before it hits you, the creature hits you, you can get into stealth, you can do a little cheeky backstab and call it a day. You can pull from a distance as well. You have to be careful. We have these things called leash mobs or social mobs. And basically that means if you pull one, you pull more. It's a social creature, excuse me. So if you are dealing with social creatures, it can be a little aggravating, to be honest with you, because you're pulling, you think you're pulling one, but you're actually pulling, the sky's the limit, to be honest with you. You could be pulling 20 creatures. If you can't deal with those 20 creatures, you either gotta run, like you gotta run, or you see how many you can kill before you die. If you're lucky, you can get what we call a mini ding, and that's over here in the experience bar. And every 10% you get this blue bar that fills up, and it turns into a mini ding. And so you get your health and you get your health and power back. So if you know your class and you can, play it very well, you can time for that. And if you can kill creatures fast enough, or you know that like you're 1 or 2 creatures away, you can pull a big group, you take a bunch of damage, get the mini ding, and you're ready to roll. You just start beating everything up, and you're just generating that health like it's crazy. It's pretty crazy. It's a pretty smart thing to do. It's a little hard to execute sometimes, especially if you know the hardest thing is gauging when you know creatures are dealing not enough damage or too much damage. That's kind of what it really comes down to, and that's when it becomes difficult to gauge. So you just have to be, you have to be careful. They send to natural habitat. Cool, perfect. We can run back and we can talk to the giant mycenids, or shroombas, I guess they're called. Silly little guys. Let's see. Alright. So the videos I did for Darklight Wood are currently rendering, and they're all at 26%. So they'll probably be ready to go in the next day or two. Yes, they have been moved. You're welcome. There's something we must do. A little swift. Need to rescue from the Western Germination. Pengo and Turk. I can take them out. I will return. Okay, so it looks like there's 2 big bad goblins we gotta take care of. And then I guess we have to go underneath the ground or something. Ah, Crushbone Emissary. We'll learn more about these guys in a bit. The orcs are no good. Orcs and goblins speak different languages, so those symbols is because we cannot speak orc. We will probably be speaking it by the end of this Let's Play, because there are a lot. A lot. I do think that the evil are the good side. Oh look, see? We just got the starter for speaking like an orc. I will say, I think starter-wise, good got way more love and attention. I think evil kind of got given fake new starter zones just to be... Sorry, I was yawning. I was presenting, and that's crazy. Actually crazy. Anyway, don't mind me just doing my job as an assin. Unintended. Funny. Please don't restrict me, YouTube. I was just trying to be funny. Please. Frick, he saw me. Got another debuff. And so as you can see now, that quick strike 1 is now quick strike 2. Some of my spells do dot damage, which is damage over time, if you don't know what dot means. And we're 44 minutes in, we're already level 8. Again, I'm dealing damage faster than probably the average player. If you have the same stats and stuff as me, obviously you'd be doing what I'm doing, and if you have the same start as me, you'll be doing the same exact stuff. It's not like I'm not special. I'm not crazy good at the game or anything. I've just played a lot, and I spent a lot of money on this game. Shameless. So, results may vary on your experience. but it's fine. So see, I'm gonna backstab him, and I got lucky because he had just attacked, so he didn't break my stealth. But if I had timed that poorly, he could have broken my stuff, and I never would have gotten the spell off, and I would have looked like an idiot. And also, I like doing this because, you know, it shows off how I play the game. You know, I feel like I kind of play the game different than most people. I could be wrong, but I'm kind of very like go 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 go, and I kind of look at like the quest and I go, okay, what route, what do I need to do to kind of be like the most effective? That makes sense, you know. So you can't do, but you can play however you want. This is your adventure. Let's
Taste of blue?
gen this. So we got some pants, guys. We're gonna be looking cool. Yes, I have. Thank you. Now we can get out of here, and we're gonna run to the next camp area. So we've technically gone from one pocket to second quote-unquote quest hub. I'm going the wrong way. And we're now, well, we're probably going to the second official main quest hub, but I would say we're, depending on how you see it, we're going to the third one. But there's a lot. Like, Greater Faydark is massive compared to Darklight Wood. So here I can show you. So this is the fast travel. If you're a subscriber, you can fast travel. So here is Darklight Wood. Or here's Greater Faydark. Here's Darklight Wood. Okay, it won't show me. Yeah, I'll shut up. I hate me too. Yeah. Yeah, it's real for that. Just kidding. You know what I can do? I can just do this. Morath. Nope, not Battleground. Stop it. Morath. Delir. Darklight Wood. Darklight Wood. Greater Faydark. Darklight Wood. Greater Faydark. If you're telling me that the Star Zones for good didn't get some special treatment, I don't know. I don't know.
Oh yes. Well, that's a
Modo Gillywump. Thekala.
Greetings.
Gillywump.
It's a pleasure to.
Oh.
Greetings. It's a pleasure to meet you. Say, if you're going to be helping Gent this out, lots of stuff.
It's very interesting when who they
Normally
choose
Frodo
gets
does.
actual full voice acting and who doesn't. Notice how she did and her husband doesn't. Damn. He got done dirty. That's rough. So we're kind of in the land of like wood elves and fae and stuff. There's a couple dwarves. Oh, wow, that was great. Hey, we're almost the same. Let's go. Doesn't mean we're all the same. Get your minds out of the gutter. Okay. Oh, current zone. What the hell am I doing? Wants me to fetch some. What the hell? Okay, I'm sure it's fine. So we just gotta keep an eye out for not pulling creatures we don't want to deal with. So I need to beat up some orcs and some puppies. You also come to learn that some line of sight. This game has some issues with line of sight. Considering I'm 0 meatballs, meters away. I'm 3. I'm 2. Now he wants to fight. See? So, just be mindful that, you know, the game is not perfect. So, give some slack. Be nice. Thanks. But, like, let's watch. So, can you see me through the grate? No. Thought he did for a second, and I was like, oh, I look stupid. I'm still correct. Yes, but the crush bones are a big deal. If you played EQ1, you know all about the crush bone orcs. They're not the Death Fist. You learn about those later. Spoilers. Probably not in this campaign. This playthrough. I almost said campaign. Eesh. I mean, it kind of is, but it's also definitely not a campaign. It is definitely a, you know, fun MMO adventure. Examine the bodies of the Groswap Pixies. Oh, okay. Please hold. Click. Click. Cool. I guess I need to find one more body. So we can... Okay, so see, now the dog was smart that time. Aha, so the dogs are the intelligent ones, not the orcs. Dang, that's rough. Also, depending on who you are, there's not much you could do. Sometimes you gotta fight the puppies, sometimes you gotta fight the cute little animals. It's the name of the game. You heard of Everquest, not Everfarm. Get another fallen Bixie. Could probably grab these orcs. So again, I don't have an AoE, so it'd be nice to have one. But otherwise, I have enough health where I can easily, weather the storm here. I am 3 experience away from getting a level. So I used to main an assassin, so I kind of know what I'm doing. But I play a different scout. Oh, I'm level 9. Easy peasy. So we just got another ambush. If I can get it. If you're lucky, you can get a little bit of distance. Normally, the melee range is 5. So, and you'd need like 2 to 35 meters to shoot your bow. So, oh, orc skin. Okay, so we can start the orc lore learning. Nice. Begin to study. So now, if I can, beat this guy up, I might get something related. But see, still in melee range. I can use my bow. I can still use my melee weapons, and the creature won't move, so I don't have to worry about that. Count drops, nice. If you had followed me like you were supposed to, bro, I would have been finished with the orcs. Cool. Boom, 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 boom. When we reach level 10, I will do another explanation of alternate advancement. That'll probably be the next episode because we're already at 52 minutes. Oh my gosh, it's 1 in the morning. It's already been 52 minutes. Whew. Jeez. Can I stop getting wolf fangs? I don't even think I can use this for anything. Yeah, exactly. So let's see. Yeah, so not a social creature. So I pulled this dog, and the orc did not come along with him. So that'll happen. You'll have to learn, who's... Oh, need to get rid of the hives. Oh. Hi, buddy. Sorry I gotta do it to you. But I think these next couple days, I'm gonna, because they're my days off, I'm gonna spend just kind of dropping tons of YouTube, like just recording tons of YouTube content. Like I said in my evil let's play for the warlock in Darklight Wood, feeling really inspired, motivated, something like that. Kind of a little bit of like, I want to do this, right? Like, I'm not expecting it to be a job or anything. Don't get that twisted, please, for the love of goodness. But I think it'd be kind of fun to have a little side thing. I'm not like an editing connoisseur. I'll never claim to be. I'm not gifted yet, but it was definitely orcs. Oh, and now you don't have a voice actor. Suspicious.
His teeth are discolored.
And you do now. What? Also, I don't think... I'm kind of concerned about this outfit situation. I was really hyping up the assassin, and now I feel like I kind of look like an idiot. Gathering information. Now, obviously, another thing you can do is you can keep an eye out for bosses or named monsters. I would say named monsters is probably the correct terminology. You can look out for names. Names give loot, experience and stuff like that. So they're pretty good to kind of hunt down and beat them up. Got to take out these crush bone orcs. We got to check out the Clixies. There's this guy right there. Get over here. Come here. Come here. Ah, you son of a gun. Need to examine the Clixies' bodies. I can do that. There wasn't an orc on top of him. Get over here, you son of a gun. Yeah, see? So it showed the animation, but it didn't cast. So you just gotta be mindful of that. Your character may do the animation, but it doesn't mean it actually attacked. So just be mindful of that. That scout that I beat up did not give me the update. Of course. There's normally scouts that just kind of, yeah, see right here. Got two different scouts running the same path. So. But you can see that I have a ton of like single target damage again, so I melted that guy, and then this guy used the big stuff, he's dead, and I now have both quests done. Easy. I will say also, recording this game takes up a lot of space. I think, let's see, so I started around 100, I've got 71.5. So this is taking up kind of like 30-40 gigs per video. But I think the quality's good. I think that, it's not too bad.
Hello.
I'm very sorry. Goodbye. I could have sworn she has a quest. Maybe not. Or maybe she does. I don't remember. Yeah, I haven't done these zones in a very long time. It's very rare for me to... Oh. Big tree fire now. Jeez. That doesn't destroy your frames. I don't know what will. What's wrong? The orcs, they were just here minutes ago. I can stop them from poisoning the emerald lake. They splashed some black goop onto it, and now it's in the water. I am wounded, but my injuries must wait. The orcs typically burn into sapling to the ground. You've got to stop them. Put out the fire. I need to prevent the orcs from burning down. Yes, I agree. Oh, I need water. I see. I was about to say, I was like, I'm not really sure what you want me to do. And of course you're an aggroable dog. Of course. Yep. Let's get out of the way. Come over here and I gotta beat you up real quick. I'm sorry, it's nothing personal. You're going to attack me, so I just have to retaliate. I'm sorry. I'm getting all the water. Chill. Now I can start pouring. Also, those quests are probably from up above, so let me see. So I think I have to go over here, and then 1, 2. Oh, apparently they don't like that I'm dousing the water. So we're gonna try and stealth. It worked. Awesome. Ow. That never gets any easier. Okay, so now I'll explain that next episode, which will be like literally right after this one, so because it's fresh in my mind. So I got another backstab. Then we have Eviscerate. Big damage dealer. And the tree's no longer on fire. Yeah. Okay, so now we have some new stuff I can equip. Got a belt. Got some gloves. They're not going to match the outfit, so I put that in the wardrobe. And now we're still rocking. Assault on Orc Hill. And she's got another quest.
Hi there.
Fish. Okay. What? Would like me to catch some emerald trout. I could try. Don't. I mean, I'm not. I'm an assassin, not a fisherman. But I think there's supposed to be. Oh. Several dead. Oh, these things look like they're smelly. Ooh, I don't know if I would eat this. I mean, you guys, hey, I don't judge, but ooh. Okay, then we're gonna go defeat the Crossbow invaders. Okay, well, while I'm running around, so if you press L, you will open up the alternate advancement and character development. The alternate advancement is basically just kind of like an add-on to your character. So it's not a subclass. It's just kind of like expanding what your class can already do. So for example, I have this thing called Archer's Agility. So I can get Flurry, I get increased all my attributes, and I get the Bounty castable. And so I can steal an item from a target 100%. Normally it's like 10 silver, like 5 copper. Maybe if you're like, you get a cute little like trinket. Nothing crazy. Over here, I have Point Blank Shot, which stuns the target for 1.1 seconds. It's just basically in down, throws target back, bursts of vision, deals damage, and if I have a bow, I can increase my speed. And there's so many different things. You get the levels through questing, first time killing named creatures, so basically like boss mobs, heroic mobs, stuff like that. Completing quests and things like that. If you're a subscriber, you can change this. So if you are a bronze or silver, it's stuck at 50. Can't change it. You're just stuck at 50. So if you everything you do, 50% of the experience will go into your adventure. The other 50 will go into your alternate advancement. If you want to just focus on your AA line, you can just do 100%. This I'm going to just do 0 because I don't really need it. If you level up your trade skilling, you can get buffs to your trade skilling. Prestige is for end game content. Every 10 levels, you get to pick something. Attributes, because we're supposed to normally be you get wisdom or strength, because either wisdom is used by priests, strength and stamina. Stamina is used by everyone, but if this was strength, it would be for tanks. Obviously, we're not either of them, but stamina is health, so it's good. If you have a shield, or you can deflect an attack, you can increase your block chance. Again, we're supposed to be tanks, so that would be good for that. Increase your parry, defense, and deflection by 5. It's just kind of like a basic skill. It just basically has a chance that you do one of those things when you're being hit by a creature. Aid of the Stout-Hearted improves the casting speed of beneficial spells. Really good if you're a healer. Don't really have a lot of beneficial spells, so it doesn't matter. Browse Focus, increased administration. Not really important. If you press C, you go to skills. You can see what those are. So you have adventure, then you have general. You won't see administration because we don't even use that. So it doesn't even register. So I couldn't even tell you what it does because I don't know. Non-combat is out of combat, so you can increase the duration of trade skill drinks. So when you're drinking, I've just got basic rations that they give you for free. But if you go on like the broker, you go to advanced search, you go to drink. Then you have drink options, right? You have all these things that you could do, things like that, and they would have it, and they tell you the duration. So it's like, this is 40 minutes. But with that, it'd be 10% extra to that. Quistit Around is power regen, which is good, but this is out of combat. Bind Wound allows you to heal. Binds your wounds by healing you for 2% of your total health while out of combat. Heals caster for 20% of max health. This cannot be critically applied. Cannot be casting, so it's basically to keep you going. So your bones, you can decrease the falling damage taken by caster. Pools, max health, and max power. If you want to stop taking some, if you want a little bit of more mitigation, which again, soaks up the damage you're taking. So like arcane right here, I have 17.7% absorption of arcane damage. I can actually add 30, and then it translates to a percentage. This is physical damage, and then a bunch of trade scaling, which is crafting, which is fine. I think I'm going to take the Bind Wound, because having a heal is good. Focus effects is just giving you base things. Doesn't really matter what you pick. I just pick like potency or something. Assassin training, so level 14, and then after level 14, every 10 levels, so 14, 24, 34, 44, you get a free Grandmaster. Do note, I didn't say this in the other video, but do note, if you do get the free Grandmaster, if you reset your traits, it goes back to Apprentice. It is only Grandmaster because you are picking Grandmaster from this. The moment you take it away, it goes back to whatever it was before. Same thing if you upgrade it. If it's Grandmaster you put to Ancient, it makes no sense putting it into a Grandmaster because you already have a better version of it. And that's basically AA. So I figure we'll kill the invaders. I'll turn in the 2 quests and the video. It's 1:12 at night, but I could probably do another video before I go to bed. Take a shower and go to bed, and then I'm gonna wake up. Probably try and wake up bright and early tomorrow. I'm just gonna record more videos. I'm having a blast. I'm also very motivated because literally Darklight Wood, I don't think it's going to be the same for this, but Darklight Wood took me 3 episodes to complete. You know how crazy that is to say? It took me 3 episodes, like 3-4 hours to complete an entire starter zone. Either EQ, you guys gotta make it some more starter zones. You gotta give some love to Evil, because right now that's crazy. Because this zone is not gonna take me, especially because there are other quests. I don't know if I'll do it with this guy because I've already done it on my another character, so it doesn't really make sense for me to double up the quests. But we'll see. We'll gauge how I'm feeling if I want to kind of drag this area out. But there's this thing called a heritage quest, which is kind of a fun little thing where you get like a special item you can wear. I don't think I can wear it because I'm a scout. I think it's a plate armor. I could be wrong, but it's basically in honor of or whatever. You basically go through Greater Faydark. You kind of do all this like little story. Oh, works fine. Nice. Kind of do this whole little story arc thing, and then at the end you get a reward. Generally, you're supposed to do it with a group because it's very hard content. But as I've kind of said before, I really shouldn't have any issues with doing it solo. Again, I'm not trying to sound cocky. I'm not trying to sound like, I'm really good at the game. It just comes down to I've got the stats, and I know enough to where I feel confident that I could do it. It'll take a little bit, probably. But the thing I did in the other video, and again, if you don't like this, I can stop when you guys are able to comment and see the videos I'm making. Because right now I'm kind of doing all of this before I even hear any words come from anyone. So it's not like I can sit here and be like, yeah, I know exactly what you guys want. Literally, the 4 episodes I'm currently recording, you guys have no say in. Yeah, you don't. And it's kind of because I want to keep the momentum, and I feel like if I space them out and wait for people to comment, and I'm not a big channel. I'm not getting a lot of comments. The video I posted 4 weeks ago has 200 views. I think that's crazy, and I did get some comments, but it was overall open questions. Also, I'm using my mount. Yes, I know. So if you don't like me using my mount, please do say so. I can stop using my mount. If you don't want to see me use familiars, you don't want to see me use mercenaries, stuff like that, please say something. We'll absolutely stop. Otherwise, I'm going to, because first off, having 140 movement speed, really nice. Being able to jump up in an area that has a bunch of elevations and not take fall damage, you bet your sweet bippy I'm gonna kind of take advantage of that. So just keeping it real, keeping it honest. And if you guys don't want to see that or deal with it, then let me know. I do still want to make content that people will ingest and enjoy, and like this is this selfishly for me? 100%. Don't this is my way of being able to say in 5 years I can look back and go, hey, I don't have to hope that someone else did this quest. I don't have to hope that I can see this zone. I know I did it. It's very comforting. And who knows, maybe there'll be people, down the line who want to see what the certain, bring back the nostalgia of the game. And I feel like most people who have done this either did it years ago or are not currently rating. Like I'm, as of 9/30/2024, I am rating Ballads of Zamara live content. I am actively rating. If you know my name, and if you saw the one of the names I have that I use for my my UI settings that I have here, you probably know who I'm with. Leave the drama at the door. Leave your issues with that at the door. I don't share most of what they do. I'm just there to raid. End of discussion. Boom. Done. It's been addressed. If you don't know, you don't need to look for it. You don't need to know. It's not a big deal. But I figured I'd address the elephant in the room in case it ever gets brought up. Because it probably might. And if it doesn't, cool. No issue for me. But I will say, don't have the best rep. Very self-inflicted. And that's okay. It happens, Beggars can't be choosers. Need to kill the High Corruptor Garlic. That's literally, his name is literally Garlic. Okay, they can't see invisible. I could just sneak in, hide in this side of the area, so that his bodyguard can apparently see me. Bogus. So it's kind of like little fights like these where, if you're playing solo and you don't have overpowered stats like I do, it might be a little hard for you. But otherwise, I would say that this is kind of the, standard-ish style of game. Kind of. I don't really know how to say it where it makes sense, but nice. Okay, we got an orc ear, and we got an earring. Begin to study. So we're almost done, which is cool. Okay, so we're gonna move over there. Now I will say, I've very much been an evil aligned person. So, like, I probably never made it this far with Kelvin, or I've never followed the linear path that it normally takes you. So it's kind of interesting and kind of fun doing this because, you could say you know everything, but you really don't until you do it. Okay, so this is a self buff. It gives me agility, it gives me avoidance, multi-attack. It just makes me do big damage. This is an orange. Okay. Yellow is self. Purple, generally, purple is group or raid. This purple is single. I know it's confusing. I don't know why they made it this background, but they did. Orange is you can cast on yourself, but normally you cast it on a group mate or a raid mate. So for me, since I'm considered a T1 tier 1 DPS, I'm up there. I'm supposed to do the big damage. I am him. I get aggro very easily because what the heck? How'd you get here? Weren't you at the other camp? It's fine. So the big thing is I keep losing my train of thought. I'm sorry. Yikes. Big yikes for me. I do a lot of damage, so I take aggro. I get aggro a lot. So it's kind of a slight issue. And so what I would normally do is I take this, because it takes 5% of all hate, and it transfers it. And that would go to the tank. Generally speaking, is who I would cast on. Because the tank is supposed to be the one who soaks up all the damage and all, da 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 da. Insert whatever, reason. Which, kind of important. IMO. So do a cast on. And so now every time I deal big damage and I take aggro, whatever I have, it transfers and goes to the tank. Boom, done. Like that, and that is final. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Gather whatever the fawn are eating. Nibble the roots. Yeah, what are you eating? Building a fire. Start the fire. Huh? Oh, it's for the speak with Mossmane. Some of these quests. What the frick? Where the hell am I supposed to start a fire? Oh, right in front of her. Okay, cool. Burns the whole forest down. Oh, great. Now you're hungry. You want spider meat? Oh.
Well met.
Girl, you're crazy.
Well met.
Wow. Okay, so we gotta destroy these, and we're gonna kill a bunch of spiders. Yahoo! Multi-attack is when I'm doing an auto attack. I have a chance to, instead of doing it with 2 weapons, like I do like 1 slice, 2 slice. It kind of is like a cheap way of saying I get, maybe 3 multi-attack hits or 3 auto attack hits. Maybe I get 4. The number goes up, but the higher the threshold is, the harder, the more stats you need, the harder it is to meet the threshold where you can do that. So I would say you normally get. I just knocked something over. It was a can of air. It's fine. So I'll finish killing these spiders and getting the bushes, and then we'll end it, because I've said that like 4 times, and now we're at almost an hour 20 minutes, and now it's getting a little ridiculous. Because as soon as I'm going to end the video, something comes up and I have to do a whole rant and ramble, and then I explain something, and then here you are eye rolling like, dude, this guy just does not shut up. Just doesn't shut up. But yeah. So multi-attack is just, there's so many stats, and one of these days, I know I've said it before, and it's been like 11 months since I made my first video. I will at some point hopefully be able to make a coherent stat breakdown of how the stats and math works to the best of our ability. Excuse me, my ability. Because it's kind of one of those things where like people think they know, but they don't know. Like they like genuinely, people think they know the stats. They think they know how like the math and everything works, but they don't. They don't. Genuinely, they don't. No one really knows. Sometimes even the devs don't know. You've got coding and information that's been passed down through several different people, several different teams. There's 1 or 2 people there's a couple people who have been here since the beginning, but they weren't a part of that. That wasn't like their gig. That wasn't their job. So it's a little hard to kind of expect them to know when like that was never their like responsibility. That was never their department. Is that kind of a cop-out? It depends on how you feel. I would say that there are some people who really love the developers, people who really hate the developers. I don't know them very well. I've never really interacted with them. My personal interactions with all the people who work for, Darkpaw, no, not Darkpaw. Yes, Darkpaw, Daybreak, Sony, have been very good. So me personally, I have no issues. I can I can't even count the amount of people who have issues, and I think they need to reevaluate themselves because they're kind of being assholes. Like, you know, it's a little hard to
Howdy do. Nice to
have a
see
good
ya.
an interaction with the developers when you're just kind of a asshole. But enough out of me. I think we can end the first episode here. I can take a little break, and then I can get back to the second one. So let me find a good spot too. We'll hang out with her at the fire. You know. Thank you so much for joining me for the first episode of Greater Faydark. We're going to be doing the whole timeline. I think I'm going to be doing Greater Faydark. I'm going to be doing Butcher Block, and then I'm going to be doing Steamfall Mountains. I know I'm kind of doing a bunch of stuff instead of the main one, which was Kinos. I finished another evil one, and I'm doing a good one. I think I'm going to start another evil one again. That one will probably be a priest because the starter zone content isn't great, and I kind of want to finish the not main storyline ones first before I do finish Kinos and I start Freeport, because there's so much more with those other zones, and I don't want to spend so much time focusing on those that I never get the chance to do these old ones. So I'm trying to do it that way. There are some heritage quests that I need to catch up on. I might spend a whole day just doing trade scaling. Trade scaling is not... I don't think it's entertaining, I don't think it's fun, but it's an aspect of the game that needs to be done. So I think it would be really cool to do that. Depending on how you guys feel, I can start streaming this. So I can record and stream, and I can upload the stream as VODs, as a Let's Play, so that, if you watch me live, you can interact with me live, but also if you have comments and you can't make it, then you can comment, and, I can maybe set a schedule and do that, which I think would be really cool too. But anyways, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share, dislike if you really want to. Thank you so much for joining me on this adventure so far, and I hope to continue providing adventurous content for you. Take care. Have a good one.